Since the beginning of the year, I have been deliberately and intentionally upgrading my identity. And as part of this identity upgrade, I was inspired to create a challenge for myself, which was posting 100 videos in 100 days on YouTube. And the idea behind this was taking that one big action every day where I was actually embodying the future version of me, the next level version of me, as if I was already here. And as part of this process, I wanted to come in and share week by week the behind the scenes identity upgrade experiment, showing you exactly what happens when you start to become someone new, when you start to rewire your subconscious mind, your identity, your beliefs and your thought patterns, and you make that shift from becoming who you were to who you desire to be, to becoming the person of your visions. So I'm doing what most people won't do, and I'm giving you a look inside through my life, through my lens, through my own personal identity upgrade. And in this video, I am sharing exactly what I went through in week 3 and 4, which seem to have common themes, which is why I have grouped them together. So you can also know what to expect when it comes to you going through your own identity shift, but also let you know that what is happening is okay, it's normal, and it's all part of the process, because so many of us end up going backwards. We end up thinking we're doing it wrong. We end up shrinking and contracting. So by me sharing this with you, it is my desire, my intention and my hope for you to show you it's all normal and you're still going in the right direction. So keep going, never give up until you have become that version. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Kirsty Elizabeth. Welcome. I help women heal, reclaim their power and unlock their true potential. If you haven't already seen the videos for week 1 and 2 for the identity experiment, I will drop the link below in the description for you so you can catch up on those too. But for me, there were 4 common themes in week 3 and 4, which really came to the surface for me to look at and shift through. So the first one was the biggest, and that was all about the ego. I noticed the ego getting louder and louder and louder the more I shifted into this new version of me. I could feel myself embodying this different energy, this different frequency. I was seeing myself, or starting to see myself, as this new version of me. I was doing the action piece. I was posting on YouTube every day, which obviously brought up a lot of my stuff as well, which I speak about in week 1 and week 2. But what I noticed was as I was really starting to embody this new version and really feeling different, feeling very different about myself, seeing myself differently, feeling different generally. But what I also noticed was there was a split in my identity. So I would become very, very aware of when I was acting, thinking and feeling from my old identity. What it was doing was creating separation between the version of me that I thought I was, that I was so attached to, that I was so anchored into energetically and behaviourally and, with beliefs and everything like that. And this separation was because I decided to become someone new, because I decided to rewire who I thought I was and see myself completely differently, new self-image, new self-concept. And so when you do that, you're separating from the old idea of who you are, which means you're starting to observe more. And we can't observe when we're stuck in those patterns. We can't observe when we're not creating space. And when we create space through meditation, visualization, and just slowing down and choosing to be an observer, we can start observing our habits. And that's when the magic happens, because we become aware. We start seeing them instead of living in them. We start noticing them. Even if we say something or do something that we wish we hadn't, we notice it afterwards, if not at the time, and we can shift it, we can change, we can redirect, we can reorient and rewire. And that's the magic of this, is the more you can notice those habits, those thoughts, those beliefs that are all coming from the old self, you choose to move and change and choose differently and think differently and speak differently to other people. So this was really becoming so obvious to me over weeks 3 and 4. And the ego was getting louder and louder because it didn't want to die. The ego fights for its life. It's a form of protection. It thinks you need it to survive, right? So as you're bringing all this stuff to the surface and really looking at it and being willing to let it go, it's going to get louder and louder and louder. And so I noticed this in conversations I was having with people. Suddenly these critical or judgmental thoughts would just come into my mind. And I'm like, that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not who I choose to be. That must have been part of my old self's thinking. And it got to the point where I would even be walking around and a random thought would just pop into my head that just, there was no place for it. There was no reason for it. I can't remember exactly what it was, so I can't give you a specific example. But it was like I started noticing that's not even mine. I don't even know where that's come from. That hasn't even come from my old self. This thought has just popped into my mind, and I'm so aware, and I'm so in observer mode and just connected to my body and connected to the present moment that I can see it come in and then reject it straight away as not being me. And it's just incredible, because how many thoughts are coming into our minds all day, every day, because of the energy that we're in, because of the vibration we're in, and they're coming from other people. They're not even yours. Yet we identify with our thoughts. We get so anchored into them, so integrated into them, that we can't see the truth. We can't see that they're not who we are, and we start believing them as well, and they're not even ours. So it was really, really powerful. And the way I shifted through this was to just be gentle with myself and to just keep saying, it's okay. I don't think that anymore. I used to think that. I don't think that anymore. I choose to move in a different direction. And just sending myself love, because if we try and hate the ego, if we try and hate that part of ourselves that's scared and vulnerable and just trying to protect itself, then we're just creating more internal conflict and resistance, and we're just creating more separation between who we want to be and who we are, but also where we are in the life that we choose to live, or the life that we want to live. So there's no point in judging and criticising and hating any part of yourself. Instead, we need to send love to it, and we need to accept it, and we need to fully appreciate ourselves, even thank that part of ourselves for just trying to protect us, for trying to love us, for trying to do the right thing, and just letting it know that we don't need that anymore. We don't need the protection anymore. The protection's keeping us stuck and small. We can be free, and we can choose that. So at this point, another theme started really coming through, and I think I already touched on this in perhaps week 2 as well, which was just this idea of relaxing, of just relaxing, not trying so hard. It's not that you need to go out and be and do all these things and strive to become this person. And in fact, the way you're going to become this version of you is to just step back energetically and relax and allow it to unfold, allow it to happen. And the more we relax, the less we're trying, the more we're allowing. And relax doesn't mean just doing nothing. Relax means just letting that energetic guard down, like, you know, that feeling of hustle and needing to prove or do to achieve something. It's that energy, that protective energy that's around you, that's creating illusions that you have to control every process, micromanage every part of this. And it's just relaxing. And when you relax, your energy just softens and it opens. And when you're relaxed, your subconscious mind opens. And this is where the reprogramming can really happen. You can't reprogram your mind if you're in a state of stress and survival. So we need to relax to just calm our nervous system down, to let it know it's safe to become someone new. And so that's become a main theme for me. It's not just relaxing in the sense of resting. It's relaxing as in literally just as often as I can, just dropping my shoulders, connecting to my heart, breathing, and just reminding myself that I'm okay in the moment. This isn't meant to be a full-time job. You know, changing our identity, it's already underway. It's already happening. I already set the intention. I can just relax into it with ease and grace and allow it to take over me. So relaxing is another key theme. Another thing that came up and really hit me in the face was this idea of respect. It was like I sometimes just get these big words just slam into the screen of my mind in big bold letters. And it was respect. And it encouraged me to look around and notice, where am I being disrespectful? Where am I not respecting myself? Where am I not respecting my time, my energy, my boundaries? Maybe it's in the way that I physically represent myself. Maybe it's in my environment. Where am I not respecting what I already have? Where am I anchoring into lack and scarcity and ignoring all the blessings that are in my life? Where am I not respecting the things that I once wanted desperately and now have and am taking completely for granted? Where am I not showing respect for my physical things? And this is all part of that upgrade. That's all part of who I'm choosing to become. The version of me I'm stepping into has the utmost respect for everything, for everyone, for life, for everything that she's experienced, even the parts of her life that felt painful and difficult. She can respect them because of what she went through, because of who she became in order to overcome it. So respect is another core theme, and I'd really encourage you to do this reflective work as well. Where in your life are you not respecting who you are, what you have? Who is in your life even? What are you taking for granted? Because the more we can respect ourselves, the more the world is going to respect us, the more the universe is going to respect us, the more other people will respect us. Money, what about money? Where are you not respecting money, and where are you respecting money? Because again, when we respect money, money respects us. It's an energy exchange. What about your body and your health and your nutrition? Where are you respecting that? So as part of this identity upgrade, I also have a health and a weight goal, a body goal. And I'm already well on the way to that. And I'm really giving my body so much respect. I'm showing so much respect for my body, but also not just in the terms of nutrition, but in terms of the emotions that are coming up, my energy, really regulating my nervous system, and really creating coherence between my heart and my mind, and allowing my body the presence it deserves, because it holds so many of our answers. It holds our truth. It blocks our good. It blocks everything that we want if it thinks it's unsafe. So really nurturing that relationship with your mind and body, and not just living from the ego and fear in your mind all the time, right? So that's another thing that's come through. And the last one was really linked to that, and that is standards. Where do I need to raise my standards to match the version of me that I'm becoming? And again, it applies to similar things. It applies to where I'm spending my time and my energy. Where do I need to raise my standards? Where do I need to give myself more, allow myself more? What should I be allowing in? What should I be saying no to? Whatever isn't an F yes should be a hell no. So where am I just not having those quality standards that I need to become this version of me? Standards in my environment, standards in my work ethic, standards in my discipline, standards in my health, standards in allowing myself to rest when I need to rest, standards in treating myself in a way that I want other people to treat me in. But I have to do that first. So if you don't treat yourself in a very good way, if you're always negative to yourself, if you're always critical to yourself, if you always say that you don't matter, if you always put everyone first, you're teaching everyone else how to treat you. You have to be the example, and you start with yourself, your relationship with yourself. You start with the respect and the standards that you're not willing to forego for yourself. And just watch as you do that. You will step into a completely different energy, frequency and identity, and watch how everyone responds to you differently when you treat yourself like that. So they are 4 powerful patterns that have been showing up, powerful energy shifts that I've made. And already I feel like a completely different person to when I started this at the beginning of the year, and to when I started this 100-day experiment. I have no idea what number this video is. I think we're on about 4.5 weeks now or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving coming and sharing my wisdom with you. I'm loving how it's helping me really focus in on my message and how I want to help and what I want to share, and into the energetics of everything as well. I've been creating some really powerful full moon and new moon energy rituals, which is something I'm obsessed with, is just sharing that energy magic and that energy healing with you, and really allowing that side to come out more. So I'm absolutely loving this whole process, even though it's challenging, even though it requires a lot more consistency and discipline, then I'd really kind of let go of that, and it's really helping me anchor that in again, because that is who I choose to be. And I hope it's helping you. Let me know in the comments which of these patterns has come up for you. Let me know if what I'm sharing is helping you navigate your own identity shift, your own identity upgrade. And of course, if you are someone that could really do with someone that knows exactly what she's talking about, guiding you through this process yourself, helping you in a coaching and energetics capacity, then feel free to book one of my 90-minute calls, or you can apply for one-to-one coaching. I would be more than happy to help you as we rise together. So for now, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next video.